Herbert to throw right away.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of
a huge play there right off the bat. 53 yards.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 7-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a first and 10. Chargers in good field position to start out. First and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
The throw right side here going to be incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
From the 50, here's Herbert.
Ball incomplete to McCarthy.
And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain there of 21 yards.
And the Chargers.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Herbert now.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. The Chargers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert back to the air. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3 and out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Mahomes going to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to run this one in. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did.
No gain on the play.
Now Patrick going to change the play. He'll try again.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chargers, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This one fielded in the end zone. He'll opt not to bring it out. A touchback, and they'll begin at the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all year? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern a little bit. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. Got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
After incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's taken down. The Chiefs sack.
Abdul Carter gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
1st and 10.
It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Herbert.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now it's Herbert. Got his man. It's Williams.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
On 4th down, Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Chargers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-0. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six on the Charger TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is up to 8.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this is now a 1-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times, it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways. But right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Here's Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score.
And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Chargers, first down.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, first and 10
at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Defended by DeCamerion Richardson.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. This offense so far on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Herbert. That is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Touchdown! From 6 yards away.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try now from Dicker.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Chargers 24, Chiefs 14. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Xavier Worthy. 24-yard gain on the play. And the first down, Chiefs.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Chargers' 33-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2 yards to go, second down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range. It feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Mahomes to throw once more. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Oh, he put on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Kansas City.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
A 7-yard pickup.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Again, Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal, but you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. They'll look to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Chiefs are going to have it here just past the 25. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal and you throw the pick, not good at all.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Brian Branch from the secondary in on the tackle. Now a 2nd and 10.
17-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. To his running back, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 30-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown. Kansas City taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will tie us at 24.
Harrison Butker.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
The Charger drive about to get going. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half. keeping them in the driver's seat.
It's a gain of 27 yards.
A very solid gain of 27.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Herbert now. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for number 87.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Herbert. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. So a chance to give his guys a second-half lead there, but it goes by the wayside.
And, Brandon, that's the worst sound in the world for an NFL kicker. Gong!
That was good. Do that again.
Gong!
Mahomes now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard.
46-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chiefs have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Check.
Here's Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Herbert.
taken in by his big tight end.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a big 32-yard play on third. To the air again, Herbert. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
A big loss on the play.
Abdul Carter
second down.
picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Herbert changing things up.
3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll bring him back within 4.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, a field goal is going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Jamison Williams,
46 yards.
And the Chargers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Lined up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone, so that pushes the lead up to 4.
Chargers 35, Chiefs 31.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Now Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. This offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
First down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Well, and the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
Mahomes going to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
In motion, the tight end. Now Mahomes got to have this one. He's got his target. That's complete.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
First down, Chiefs.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the Chargers' 18-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Touchdown, Allen!
Jamison Williams with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score.
Chiefs 31.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And now the rookie's free.
Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
41-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
The Chargers
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
Now, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now it's Herbert.
Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Now he'll take this and run.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring,